everyone! So it is August, which means back to school is happening, and I no longer attend school because I have graduated with my degree, but I wanted to make this video for anyone who is attending university and needs some tips on organization, because I love organization so much. I've always loved organization ever since I was a little girl, and I have so many tips that came in super duper handy while I was trying to juggle the life of a college student with multiple different classes and workloads and responsibilities. So I'm going to get my notes and get started. My first tip is buy a planner. Don't even try to think you will remember it on your own. Buy a planner. Every year I tried a different planner. My favorite planner actually was the one I found my senior year. It is the Happy Planner that I purchased at Michael's. Not sponsored, but I love planners, so I'm gonna tell you my favorite. They have multiple different kinds. Great, and you can get different sizes, so if you want one about yay big, you've got that. And I actually purchased the large one, so it was about this big, and it was big enough to write everything I needed. So I have a monthly view and I have a weekly view, and with that I look at my syllabus for the entire semester and I write everything down from the very first day. Everything goes into the planner in those monthly sections. And now the weekly sections are only for homework. So my monthly section is my main section that I'm going to use to see when things are due, just so you can get an overall grasp and see where you are and how much longer till it's due. And another thing for this is color coding when you are setting up your planner. I bought a pack of markers from, I think I bought them from Michael's, and all different colors. Every class gets its own color, and I normally create a key on the side of my planner, and then that's how I put everything in from the syllabus. So I have everything from the first test to the final exam written down from the first day of class. And then if I know of any extra activities, I write those down. I also include personal activities just to make sure that when I'm trying to schedule something else, I don't coincide with something personal outside of school that is going on, and I pick a color just for that. Now, with this, you have to make sure whenever you get a homework assignment, you write it down in that weekly section. So Monday, you write down all your homework, and you know it's not going to be due Wednesday, so you have those 2 days to complete all your homework. But it's all written down, you won't forget anything, you'll always have your homework. Now, if you have anything extra added on, I like to go ahead and add it into my monthly sections. So when I would have performance dates, rehearsal times, I would add those in, and I would know exactly where I was supposed to be, when I was supposed to be, and how long I was supposed to be there, and I was never late, and I always showed up because my planner was kept up. My second tip is to set up your iCloud. Now, with technology and everything that's happening, a lot of people like to just use their phone calendar. And for me, it's not as helpful because I like to be able to see everything in one big chunk of month so that I can see where I'm at. But that saying, I do put everything into my phone calendar so that if I'm somewhere and I don't have my written down calendar, I can go quickly to my phone and I can say I'm busy, or I'm free, I can add you in there, or I can attend this. Now with iCloud, I link my iCloud between my laptop, my iPad, and my phone. So anytime I add anything into my phone, all three devices have that event. So my planner has already been added into my phone manually by me, and then the iCloud automatically syncs everything else up so that no matter what device I'm on, I know exactly what I'm going to do. So that was a lifesaver, because a lot of times if you're trying to plan something personal, especially, this is when it comes in handy. When you're doing a personal event and you're not at school, you're not carrying your planner around, you can pull out your phone and see all of your school activities and your personal activities right there on your phone and know exactly if you're busy or not for school. Third tip is to set reminders. My phone was constantly reminding me of items. If I needed to print something off when I got home, it did not get written down in the planner. It got written down in the reminder section of my phone, and I set it to go off at the time I knew I would be home. So when I got home, a reminder would go off, and I would say, gotta print that off, and I'd print it off. Or if you know you need to pick something up in the morning before school, I set a reminder when I know I'm going to be there, and I get the reminder and I pick it up. This has saved me many, many, many times not forgetting to do something that was just randomly like print out papers or pick up a blue sheet to take a test. Set it in the reminder section and you will never forget to buy it. My fourth tip is to set deadline. A lot of people in college will start procrastinating, and deadlines are just an easy way to make sure you get everything done without stressing yourself out. And college is busy enough without having to worry about doing a whole class load of assignments at the very end. So what I like to do is I like to look at that monthly view in my calendar that I've written out and look at all the assignments, and on a separate sheet of paper I write down every single assignment that is due. Normally this is on a to-do pad so that I can sticky note that straight into the weekly section of my planner. And so every single assignment is written down that has to be due. I can add on to this if I need to. If I get something on Tuesday that's now due that Friday, I can add on to it, and then I know exactly what is due by that Friday. And then I take this list and I look at what's due on each specific day. And I say, this has to be due by Monday, this is due by Tuesday, this is due by Wednesday. And I create daily to-do list. So this is what I do in my weekly section of my planner. I look at all my homework. I create a to-do list that has to be done that day that includes homework, any steps for a project that need to be done, and I have to check every single box off before I allow myself to go to bed. Now, I do take breaks, but I have to finish every to-do list before I go to bed. Now, with big projects, this deadline system is great. If I look at my monthly planner and I see at the end of the month I have a big project due, I write down all the steps that are involved in this project, and I portion them out between the month. So I will write in my planner, do this for this project, do this for this project. So then, in my weekly to-do list, I will get a project step that may be create a costume rendering or do costume research, something like that, so that the next week I have another step to that process. So I've taken 4 weeks to gradually make my project, and it was not rushed into 2 days because I forgot and didn't notice that it was there. Take breaks. With high school, I would get everything done and then I'd sit down and watch TV and I'd be done for the day. I couldn't do that with college because I would have classes all day long from 8 o'clock until about 4 o'clock sometimes, and you've got breaks scattered in there, and then you've got rehearsals at night. So there's no way to sit and just school all day until you're finished that night at like 10 o'clock. So what I would do is I look at my to-do list and I say, this all has to get done. It does not all have to get done immediately in this hour. I may do one thing off my to-do list and then decide to take 10 minutes just to check Facebook or scroll through Pinterest, something that's just relaxing, just so that I don't feel overwhelmed by everything that is on my to-do list. And it's not as obviously overwhelming. I just said that, but it's great because I don't feel overwhelmed and I get a break with a plus, because I discovered very quickly that I had to take breaks and give myself time to just breathe and refocus. Purchase a good bag. Now, you do not want to just say, I'm going to spend $5 on a book bag because I don't really need it. No. I have had the problem of a book bag breaking on me while I was at school. And let me tell you, I carried every single book with me for all my classes all day long. So if I had 4 classes, I had 4 classes worth of books in my book bag at all times that day. So one day, I think it was my sophomore year, and it was so bad because I had all my books, my book bag was overflowing, and the strap broke. Now, there was no fixing the strap. It broke. It completely just shredded off the book bag. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, how am I gonna get all my stuff home? And so I had to take the one little strap and just carry my book bag by my hand and try to get it all home. I should have purchased a better book bag. And after that, I purchased a book bag that lasted me until the end of my college years, and I'm still using it now for different things. So purchase a good bag. Purchase one that you're going to use. It doesn't necessarily have to have 18 million pockets. It doesn't have to have only 2 pockets. It can have as many pockets as you want to organize. But make sure the one pocket that you do have is a pocket on the outside of your book bag for pens and such, because you don't want to rummage through your book bag looking for a pen to take an easy note. It was so nice because I could just most of the time when I had my book bag on, I could just reach around and grab a pen out of that bag and write it down real quick in whatever notebook I was holding. So definitely buy a good bag. And I had 2 bags that I always carried with me. I had my book bag and I had my rehearsal bag. And I had all of these bags organized, teetotally organized. I would organize my bags with little bags. So I had an emergency bag, I had a makeup bag. It's a good lunchbox. I didn't realize how important packing a lunch was going to be until I was a senior. It took me 3 years to figure out that packing lunch or just packing snacks was important. So I had been maybe 2 or 3 times a semester packing a lunch before that, but when I was a senior, I packed snacks daily. So I bought a nice lunchbox that was professional looking that I can use later after graduation, and small enough that it's not a burden to carry around campus, because it's hard to already have a book bag and then I had another bag and then plus my lunchbox. So I was like, I need something small and portable. Found an amazing Vera Bradley lunchbox that I absolutely love. And so I started packing lunch a few times. Normally I would buy lunch just because I wanted something hot, but I would pack lunch or I'd pack dinner. But daily I would pack snacks, just because snacks are expensive to buy on campus, because I can pack 2 or 3 bags of chips, a few granola bars, some peanuts, fruit cup, all of those different things all in my lunchbox, and I've got everything I want no matter what I am deciding that I want for snack, and I don't have to go buy it. Along with that, I also pack drinks so that I don't have to spend $2.50 on a drink. I can buy them at a store in bulk and then pack them daily. And snacks are especially important if you are a theater major, because our days will go from 8 a.m. until about 10:30 at night going, not being able to go home. So I love having snacks because definitely get hungry, gotta keep our energy up. The essentials. You have to have everything you need if you're not going to be able to get back to your car or where you're living. So the essentials for me were an umbrella. I don't want to get caught in the rain and get soaking wet. And plus, I don't want all my books to get wet. Even if I get a little wet using my umbrella to cover my books, I want to return those, sell them back. A water bottle. I always had a bottled Powerade, vitamin water, and my water bottle, just so that I had enough with me that I didn't have to purchase anything on campus. And you are going to get thirsty, and sometimes you don't have time to run to the store and grab a bottle of water on campus. Earbuds. I forgot earbuds for almost an entire semester once because they broke and I forgot to just buy some, and every time I was just like, this is so annoying, because if you're sitting there and you're just like, I've got 10 minutes, but I can't listen to music, I can't watch videos because you can't play it out loud. So earbuds. A lightweight coat. It gets very cold in a lot of those buildings and a lot of classrooms. A lightweight coat has saved me so many times. Phone charger. A phone charger. The last thing you want to do is have to ask around to everyone, saying, do you have a charger, every single day? Now once in a while it's fine because everyone forgets a charger. No big deal. But you need to carry your own phone charger, especially what if your phone's charged and someone else needs one? Then you can let them borrow it. Return the favor. Great. So, phone charger. Nothing worse than getting halfway through your day and your phone being dead. Hand sanitizer. Germs on a college campus, you need that hand sanitizer. I like to buy Bath & Body Works just because hand sanitizer is something that so often when I was in college, I went through about 3 of those Bath & Body Works a month. And I just wanted to invest in some that would not dry out my hands super bad, even though I was using them a lot. They did dry out my hands, but they were nice and hydrating and smelled really nice. And now you also need a personal hygiene bag. This goes along with the essentials. I'm going to read off my list because it's just easier for me to go ahead and do it. That's a little faster because I get long-winded. So you need ibuprofen. Nothing worse than having a headache and not having any way to take care of it for the rest of the day. Mints. I think we all know why we need mints. Perfume. Also explains itself. Blotting sheets. You don't want to look oily. I mean, they're not that expensive. They're like $2 blotting sheets. They're great. You will feel better, get more done if your face is not all oily and you just feel gross. Hair ties. Hair ties. I've never had I have had bigger problems, but it's such a big problem when you go to like a movement class or a combat class and you have no hair ties and you're just like, oh, this is gonna be the worst. And then you just have to find a hair tie somewhere. But if you carry lots of hair ties, you're good. Lotion, especially during colder months, you want lotion. Band-aids. You're gonna get small like cuts. Like you bump into a door, me bump into doors daily, and you get a tiny little cut, you want to be able to get a Band-Aid. And finding Band-Aids is not easy on campus, so pack one. Concealer. There is nothing worse than a spot showing up on your face and no way to hide it. Bring along your concealer. And along with that, the number one thing that I carry no matter where I go is lipstick. Because you don't want to eat your snack and your lipstick be all gone. Lipstick. So those are my tips and tricks to staying organized in college. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope they helped you. If they did, let me know below. Give me any of your tips and tricks below in the comments and like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check back for more content later.